Good morning and welcome to all on e-learning portal of STBA. Student, in today's session, we will commence with first chapter of history, that is nationalism in India. Student, Bob Marley once said that to die fighting for freedom is better than to live for the whole life in a prison. Truly said by Bob Marley. Because in early 20th century, all the colonial countries were getting freedom, were fighting against of their colonizers. Among us, these countries, India was also fighting for their freedom. Our chapter, Nationalism in India, that is completely based on contribution of Gandhiji for independence of India and the movements started by Gandhiji, but we can't forget the contribution and sacrifice of other freedom fighters. Thousands of freedom fighters sacrificed their life for the sake of our nation. But Gandhiji contributed, and Gandhiji is called Father of Nation only due to these two reasons. First, by the inspiration of Gandhiji, people at first gathered at mass level for independence of our country. And second, they were merely using two weapons, non-violence and truth. That was first time used by the citizen of any country to get their freedom. Now students, what was happened when Gandhiji returned to India in 1915? Before it, we have to understand the scenario of Indian politics and economic condition. In 1914 to 1918, India was the participant of First World War because we were the colonial country of Britishers. We supported them in hope that after First World War we will get the dominion status. But actually we got heavy taxes, heavy revenues, poverty, unemployment, double prices, and people were dying due to crop failure and epidemic. People were going to be in grim or miserable condition. At that time, 1915, Gandhiji arrived to India. People welcomed him as a ray of hope. People were waiting for the Masiha. Gandhiji experimented his Satyagraha policy in South Africa against of racism, against of apartheid. He got success in South Africa. After returning India, he started to travel the whole country. At first, he reached to Champaran. In Champaran, indigo planters were working under the European owners. Now, Champaran people, they fought with Gandhiji, and ultimately Gandhiji got their purpose, got their aim, got success in Champaran in favor of indigo planters. Then he moved to Kheda. Kheda, that is a village in Gujarat. Peasants were suffering, and at last, by the efforts of Gandhiji, they were getting free from their sufferings. Now he moved to Ahmedabad. In favor of meal workers, he used his Satyagraha policy in 1918. Again, he got success. At that time, he knew about the real condition of our peasants, artisans, workers under the British rule. Then he decided to use the idea of satyagraha at mass level. Remember students, although Gandhiji arrived India in 1915, Indians were continuously fighting against of the Britishers, but at their own level for their own purpose. Gandhiji was the first person who made them aware about their independence, about the importance of a nation and how they can get their independence by uniting at mass level. That's why at first you have to understand idea of satyagraha. Satyagraha, that means if the cause is true, if the struggle against injustice, then physical force not necessary to fight against oppressor. That's why he called it victory of truth or triumph of truth. सत्यमेव जयते। बच्चों, आपको याद आ रहा होगा, दे दी हमें आजादी बिना खड़ग बिना ढाल, साबरमती के संत तूने कर दिया कमाल। सही में after getting success of his satyagraha policy at Champaran, Kheda and Ahmedabad, Gandhiji thought that it should be used at mass level. Soon he got the chance. When in 1919, an imperial legislative assembly in India passed an act that is known as Rowlatt Act, very repressive act for Indians. By this act, any suspected Indian, they could be arrested without any trial, put into jail up to 2 years. Against of this oppressive act, Gandhiji launched a satyagraha movement, and that was started in 6th April 1919 by a strike. By that strike, satyagrahis started marching and boycotting the British goods and British officials. They picketed their shops, but Britishers brutally repressed their protest. Several leaders were arrested. In Punjab, Dr. Satyapal and Dr. Saifuddin Kichlu, those were the leaders of Satyagrahi movement, were arrested. Gandhiji were also stopped to enter in Delhi. Several local leaders were also arrested in different parts of the country. In 13th April 1919, in Punjab, Amritsar, Satyagrahis, to protest against the arrest of their leaders, they decided to hold a meeting at Jallianwala Bagh massacre. But in 12th April 1919, General Dyer, he declared martial law in Amritsar, but he didn't announce the martial law, and 13th April 1919, people gathered in Jallianwala Bagh massacre. People were enjoying the Baisakhi Parv, and several satyagrahis, they were saying or announcing the meeting against of the British repression. Soon General Dyer reached there and he seized the whole park. Thousands of innocent satyagrahis were brutally killed and hundreds were injured. After it, several satyagrahis were robbed their nose and they were forced to salute the British Sahibs. At last, those peaceful satyagrahis angered and they started to attack on British officers and government buildings. By hearing this news, Gandhiji immediately called off Satyagraha movement. Gandhiji wanted to convert it as a mass movement, but due to the Jallianwala Bagh massacre, it was not happened. Jallianwala Bagh massacre is called the Black Day of Indian history. Now Gandhiji wanted to reunite Hindu and Muslim community because he wrote in Hind Swaraj in 1909 that British rule was established in India for a long time. Only Indians were going to support the British officers. If we withdrew our support, we started to boycott British goods and British officials, then immediately the British Raj would collapse and we will soon get our Swaraj. Soon Gandhiji got this opportunity. In 1919, after the First World War, the defeated countries were insulted by the harsh treaties. There was a rumor that Turkey, as the defeated country, on Turkey or on Khalifa of Turkey, a harsh treaty was going to be imposed by the Britishers. The post of Khalifa, that was very respectable post for the Muslim community. So in against of it, in India, Muslim leaders also started to protest against of the decision of Britishers. In 1919, in Bombay, under the leadership of two Ali brothers, Muhammad Ali and Shaukat Ali, Muslims organized Khilafat movement, and they also talked to Gandhiji to support their movement. Gandhiji got this opportunity to reunite Hindu and Muslim, and he decided to support the Khilafat movement. At this time, Kolkata session was held in September 1920, where Gandhiji proposed non-cooperation movement. Non-cooperation movement, not to cooperate with Britishers, to get Swaraj and to support the Khilafat movement and to reunite Hindu and Muslims. At first, few Congressy leaders reluctant against the non-cooperation movement. But soon, when again Congress session was held in December 1920 in Nagpur, then that proposal was passed by all the leaders, and from 1921 a mass movement was going to be started in India, mass movement that is named as non-cooperation movement, Asahयोग Andolan.